What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be going over another Sword and Shield deck list. This time it's going to be built around the new Cinderace from Sword and Shield. Hopefully, Stage 2s can become relevant in the meta again, and this seems like a great place to start with a powerful fire Pokemon, a type we already know is strong, and it's not a GX. It's super great, and I'm super excited to show you guys the list that I've come up with. So first off for the Pokemon, we have 4 copies of our Cinderace, which has the Libero attack for 2 fire and 1 colorless doing 190. But even more importantly is its ability. No, the ability is Libero. So basically you get to attach 2 fire energy from your discard when it becomes your active to it, and then for 2 fire and a colorless you hit for 190, and it's super powerful because as a 1-price Pokemon with 170 HP, you don't instantly fold to things like Mewtwo Mew, and you can just really go through their field, doing a bunch of damage and hopefully chaining attacks with the powerful new cards. We have 4 copies of Scorbunny. We do have the 70 HP one. You can even use the one from the boxes that has the holographic art. It's super cool. It can't be sniped super easily. I have included 1 copy of Reboot. You can cut this, but I do like it in the list just in case there's some sort of weird item lock or something. There are different things you can do with to get your Cinderace into play, but I do like a 1 copy of Reboot. We have 4 copies of Jirachi. We definitely need an engine for this deck, and Jirachi seems like an ideal choice, considering that with an escape board, it does have free retreat, making it a pretty nice partner. We have 1 copy of Heatran with Burning Road, a slightly similar ability to Cinderace's. You can come in with Hot Burn GX to deal loads of damage, take a 1-hit KO on a big VMAX or a tag team Pokemon, or just use Steaming Stomp, which is a solid attack. You also have Cramorant V that will snipe 160 onto one of your opponent's benched Pokemon, but you do have to discard all energy, which is fine because you can either use Recycle Energy or just Welder and Fire Energy to get it charged up and then snipe things like Dedenne. On to the supporters. We do have 4 copies of our awesome Fire staple, Welder, attaching extra energy, getting that energy on your board, good for your Cramorant V, or even just your normal Cinderace. We have 4 copies of Lily, which is just draw power. The reason we have opted not to play Professor Magnolia is because of the fact that it's a stage 2 deck. We want to be able to keep our resources. Like, for example, if you'd much rather see Lily in your starting hand than Professor Magnolia, because you don't want to have to discard Cinderaces early, especially if you have 2 or 3 of them in your hand. You can perhaps cut 1 or 2 of these for Professor Magnolias, but I think Lily's much better. We have 1 copy of Rosa. Rosa's great because you can search for cards if one of your Pokemon was knocked out on your last turn, but we don't need multiple copies of it, as our deck does chain attackers pretty quickly with all the item support we have. Onto the items, we have 4 copies of Switch, switching our active and activating Cinderace's Libero ability, which is super great. We have 4 copies of the Quick Ball to search your deck for basic Pokemon, get those Scorbunnies out. And Quick Ball is a card we did not used to have, so it's really great because you get to get your basic Pokemon out easily, because Pokemon communication was the only way to do that without playing a supporter card, but now we have Quick Ball, reminiscent of Nest Ball and Ultra Ball, but still super powerful. It was printed before, and since an errata was issued, you can use your old copies of Quick Ball if you have them. We do have 4 copies of Rare Candy to get our Cinderace out and running. Super great just to be able to do a quick turn 2 Libero into 190, which is absolutely powerful. It's a nice swing, and it helps the deck run quickly. We have 3 copies of Pokegear 3.0 to help us find our supporter cards. Really helpful to find those Welders and Lilies in the early or even late game. We have 3 copies of Evolution Incense just to get our Cinderaces out. Really helpful, kind of like Ultra Ball, just to get those big, powerful Cinderaces out, because we're not playing Pokecom or anything. These are really the main way to get them out, even though we do play 4 copies. Our last item is a single copy of the Fishing Rod, or normal rod, whatever you'd like to call it until we can confirm the name. You get to shuffle 2 energy and 2 Pokemon into your deck. Super great for getting a Cinderace and a Scorbunny back, and then maybe 2 energies if you need to. Even though Libero will be getting them back. Super great. So you can really use up to 5 Cinderace, and then Heatran or Cramorant. So it's really nice. You can force your opponent to play a 7 prize game if possible. But, it's just a great card. For the tools, we have 2 Giant Bomb and 2 Escape Board. The reason Giant Bomb is so cool is because things like Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia, if they do want to one-shot you, they're most likely going to have to hit through your Giant Bomb, and then they're in a one-hit KO range with your 190 attack. Super great if ADP still remains a great deck, and things like, and it almost definitely will with ADP Zacian. We will have a deck list on that coming soon. We have 2 copies of Escape Board to retreat our Jirachis, of course. Super important for getting those out of the active spot. And, of course, using our Libero ability. We have 2 Giant Hearth and 1 Heat Factory. Giant Hearth is great for searching out your energy quickly. You can get energy into the discard with it, just like Heat Factory. Heat Factory, you draw 3 cards. Giant Hearth, you search for 2 more energies. Pretty great, pretty easy to get your energy into the discard pile with Quick Ball and Evolution Incense now. But it's good to just have a nice counter stadium and be able to search out energy. And of course, Heat Factory is almost too good to not play. For the energy, we have 8 Fire and 2 Recycle. The Fires are, of course, just for accelerating Libero and retreating and attacking. The Recycles are nice because of Cinderace's attack cost being 2 Fire and a colorless. You just need 2 Fire energy in your discard for Libero, and then a Recycle in your hand, which you can continue to recycle. The reason we play 2 instead of 1 is just to prevent Faba from being a huge deal, and just in case we prize one. Here's the list if you guys want to take a quick screenshot. I'll just wait a few seconds so you can do that if you want to copy the list for PTCGO or something similar. Some tech options might be U-turn board to help you get Cinderaces out of the active easier, as it does have a retreat cost of 1 if that is necessary. You can, as I mentioned earlier, use Professor Magnolia. You can use Ninetales to help bring up your opponent's Pokemon. Although we don't have a great gusting option, Ninetales does seem like a reliable choice. And then, of course, Vulpix. You can use Oricorio GX is Dance of Tribute just to help with consistency, kind of like a Rosa, but just helps with consistency a little bit. We also have 1 copy. You can also add a copy of Ditto Prism Star with the Almighty Evolution. You'd probably have to play a couple more copies of Reboot to make it worthwhile, and you could definitely use it in a Ninetales build of the deck. That's going to about do it for this deck list. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please consider liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and more Sword and Shield content coming soon. Maybe more Cosmic Eclipse too. We will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.